the time has come to review the LEGO game, which is most definitely incredible.
Yo dudes, the Empire's pretty chill. Maybe you could join it or something.
Hey everyone, Lucimus Prime here. So it is time for another video game review today, and today guys I thought I'd review a LEGO video game, and this is probably one of my favourites in the LEGO video games they've done, and this was released in 2018 and is based on a Pixar franchise of 2 movies so far. And this game of course was released in 2018 based on the 2 movies, and this of course is none other than LEGO The Incredibles. So, now, how was this game made then? So, this game, of course, was made, to coincide with the release of the second film of the franchise, Incredibles 2, in 2018. It was developed by TT Fusion and published by Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment, based on both of the films in the franchise. And when it comes to the release of the game, it was released on 15th of June 2018 in North America, 29th of June in Australasia, 13th of July in Europe, and on the 2nd of August in Japan, on the consoles being the Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, also on Windows and Xbox One, with a Mac OS version of the game, developed and published by Feral Interactive on 21st November of that year. And the gameplay is very similar to previous installments, especially the games in the superhero genre like in DC and Marvel related LEGO games. And when it comes to the reception that the game got, it received mixed or average reviews from critics, and the game was also praised for its faithfulness to the source material and also for its humour, though some were also disappointed by the repetitive gameplay and voice acting in the game. When it comes to the first time I played this game, my first time reaction to it then, so I did not play this game until around early 2022 because I had not seen the second film yet in the franchise, because I, of course, already absolutely love the first movie. It's one of my favourite Pixar films of all time. And I finally got on to watching the second film in early 2022, something like that. Thought it was a good sequel. And now that I watched it, I thought, why not play a LEGO game now that I've seen both films? So I got the game and I played it first on Xbox One. And in my opinion, it's a really good game. I definitely really love it. It's definitely, in my opinion, one of LEGO's best video games, I must say, really. Definitely was one of the greats, absolutely. And I've replayed it several times, and I of course have it on PS4, and I played it in early 2024 backwards compatible on PS5, and it was definitely, in my opinion, a great game to play. And on my PS4 revisit of it, I platinumed it, which was definitely really cool to do. So, now, what is the game about then? So, as I talked about earlier, this game, of course, retells both Incredibles movies in LEGO, and you play for both the movies, or for some reason, you start a game with a second film, not a first one, which is very confusing, but you do play through both the movies. And in terms of what you do in the game, it's very similar to previous LEGO games, particularly ones involving superheroes like the Marvel games and the DC games. And you can, of course, play as a variety of characters from the franchise, which is really cool. So a lot of them, of course, are fan favourites from the 2 movies, and some as well, which I was not expecting at all, which I'll get to. So, now, when it comes to what I think is great about this game, I think it has also definitely a great cast of voice actors. Now, lots of the actors from the both films actually do reprise the roles for this game, which is definitely really cool and definitely a great surprise. Some don't come back. For example, Craig T. Nelson does not come back in Mr. Incredible. He's instead voiced by Jeff Bergman in this game, and I will admit though that I think Jeff Bergman did a really good job sounding like Craig T. Nelson, in my opinion, as Mr. Incredible. Thought he was pretty good as him. And Ali Johnson also replaced Holly Hunter as Elastigirl as well in this game, but I thought she was also going to sound like Holly Hunter as well when it comes to being a sound alike. I thought she was actually pretty close to her, really. And also as well, Frozone is not voiced by Samuel Jackson in the game. He's instead voiced by John Eric Bentley. But I will say, well, in my opinion, he was a good replacement, because I think he does a really good impression of Samuel Jackson. Sounds a lot like him. And it wouldn't be the first time that he's voiced a Samuel Jackson character, because he also voices Nick Fury in LEGO Marvel Superheroes, which is really cool. So I like how, of course, they got a familiar voice actor when it comes to Samuel Jackson roles back for this. He also voiced Ray Arnold in LEGO Jurassic World as well, so it was pretty cool he came back as another Samuel Jackson character in this game. And it was definitely really cool how lots of the cast came back from the films. I noticed that a majority of the cast reprising their roles came from the second movie, which I guess was pretty cool. They probably, came back because the second film was literally released in the same year this game came out, so they were able to come back for this LEGO game, which was really cool. As well as a great cast of voice actors, I also love as well the character roster because while it of course features all your fan favourite characters from the franchise of both the movies, I love how, as a bit of an amazing surprise, this game features Pixar characters you can unlock. Now, when I first found out about this, I was amazed. I didn't expect them to do that at all. And, like, for example, you can play as Woody from Toy Story, and also Lightning McQueen from Cars, and also Sully from Monsters, Inc., and even as well Flick from A Bug's Life as well, and also as well Miguel from Coco as well, which was definitely a really big surprise. And also as well, even Spot from The Good Dinosaur. I mean, thank goodness they didn't bring back Arlo in the game, because I personally think Arlo was very annoying in The Good Dinosaur, so Spot was definitely a better character. Even as well, Bing Bong from Inside Out as well was definitely a good surprise to see, and also Russell from Up as well. And also as well, Wall-E and all, which I was definitely amazed to see, because Wall-E's one of my favourites from Pixar. And even as well, Dory from Finding Nemo, although it would have been better if he had Nemo instead, because it's from Finding Nemo. It would have been cool if Nemo was the character in this too. And also Linguini as well, and Remy from Ratatouille was also a big surprise to see as well in this. And even as well, Princess Meredith from Brave in this game, which was definitely a surprise too, really. So lots of like characters from each of the Pixar films were in this game, which was definitely a big surprise. Now, I wasn't expecting them to feature every Pixar character in the game, because this is, of course, a LEGO Incredibles game, not a LEGO Pixar game, so it makes sense that we only feature one character from each Pixar franchise in this game. It makes perfect sense. And as well, the great character roster, and also great voice acting in the game as well. I also, as well, definitely really loved, as well, the gameplay of this, so I love how they borrowed lots of elements from previous superhero-themed LEGO games and put them in this game, and in my opinion, it worked really well. And was definitely lots of fun to play through. And the levels in the game are really fun based on both movies. Definitely really great to go through in LEGO form, especially from the first one, because that's my favourite out of the two films. And I also think the game has really good visuals as well for 2018 game, and I love how, because it's based on an animated film, it's actually had the visual style like the films, so you're basically playing like a LEGO animated film, which was definitely really great to play through, really. And because of that, I think it's going to age really well, so that was definitely really great to see, and I definitely really love that about it. And so I was just, so pleased with how this game turned out in terms of the visuals. And I also, as well, definitely love this game's open world as well, because you get to explore two fictional cities in this game, which is, of course, Munisipburg and New Urban. And they're dead close to each other, so you can easily go to them, which is really great. And it's a really big open world with lots of really fun things to do in the game. And this game's also unique in terms of what you do, because you can actually unlock several enemies via something called crime waves in each of the areas of the city, which is really cool to see. So you can unlock characters like, for example, Syndrome, and also the Underminer, and also Bon Voyage. And there's also two original characters created for the game called Brain Freezer and Anchorman, which is definitely a pretty nice surprise to see new characters in this game. And it's definitely a really great game, I must say, really. Like, you've got great voice acting, a great adaptation of the two films, and a great character roster as well, with a big surprise being the Pixar characters. And also, as well, the faithfulness to the source material is great too, as well. And I think they did a really great job with this. And they even have a Pixar lamp, which is as a playable character, which was definitely a really cool surprise to see. And the way they, of course, have the abilities of each of the characters at the player's disposal is brilliant as well, because you can literally do everything they do in the films, which is just really great to see, really. And if you guys were to ask me about my experience platinum in the game as well, I will say that, surprisingly, it was actually quite easy, really. I mean, then again, though, LEGO games, as I've noticed, tend to have, like, a similar trend, where they're easy to platinum out of games to play, really. This one was definitely one of the really easy ones, I must say, really, because I'd say that all you've got to do is just play through the game, do a story first. When you've done that, unlock characters if you can, and also do free play and get the mini kits and stuff like that. And also explore the open world to unlock, of course, more characters, and also the bricks as well to do something called the Incredible Builds, where you build all the different buildings, especially, of course, the Pixar-related things, because that's how you unlock Pixar characters. I would definitely recommend you unlock Pixar characters in particular, because they have unique abilities, which will come in really handy in free play, definitely. And If you guys just asked me if there was any hard trophies in the game, I'd say probably the hardest one for me was probably the quick time event involving Jack in the mission where you play as him, of course, in Incredibles' backyard. And because you got to get like an incredible score on the quick time events that you do as him. That was really hard for me to do, so I had to get my control and like mash the buttons really quickly. It wasn't easy at all, but I thankfully did it, and it was not easy at all, but thankfully I did it, you know, after several tries, and I got it. And in terms of open world stuff as well, surprisingly it was really easy to get all the bricks in the open world, which was definitely a surprise for me really. And to unlock characters, it was nice and easy, so I'd say this was among the easiest LEGO games of Platinum, really. Apart from my hard quick time event trophy, it was a really easy Platinum, I must say, really. So, if you guys want to get an easy Platinum trophy, then, you know, this game is definitely one for you, most definitely. Now, it's not the best LEGO game in my opinion, but because my favourite game will always be LEGO DC Supervillains when it comes to LEGO games. So, if I was thinking in bad qualities with LEGO games, so I'd probably say that, of course, I was not really a fan of how you start playing the second movie and you can't, like, go to the first movie until you finish the second movie levels. Like, I personally think it would be much better if the first level of the game was from the first movie, and then you have a choice to play for either the first movie or the second movie, in a way. Kind of like, you know, previous games which adapt, you know, certain things, you know, like LEGO Indiana Jones or LEGO Star Wars or stuff like that, maybe. That would have been really great to see something similar to that, really. But, nonetheless, for the levels were definitely really fun, but it would have been great if you could pick which film to play through, really, rather than just start on the second film and then go to the first one, because it is really confusing, I must say, really. I also mentioned as well, they should have also had Nemo as a character from Finding Nemo instead of Dory, to be honest, really, because Nemo, in my opinion, is a better character than Dory. And also, as well, I was also not really much a fan of a DLC for a game which is called the Path Family Vacation DLC, because all it is just reskins for the Path Family and Frozone wearing like holiday themed clothes, really. So, and that's it, really. Nothing really new added there, just, you know, new cosmetics, and that's it, really. So, that's about it when it comes to, of course, like the issues I have with this game, really. But other than that, I think it's a great game and definitely really fun to play. So, if you guys like Incredibles movies, then I'd recommend you play this game. So, if I was to give this game a score out of 10, then I'd probably give it, for me, a very solid score of 9 out of 10. Because in my opinion, it's one of the greatest LEGO games, most definitely. And I'd recommend it if you want to play a game based on Pixar films, absolutely. So guys, this is me doing my review for LEGO The Incredibles from 2018. So, you know the drill, guys. Be sure to give this video a like. Also, be sure to let me know in the comments what you guys think of LEGO The Incredibles. If you played it, let me in the comments below. Also, be sure to join Team Plan by pressing subscribe if it's coming in the future. And I'll see you all later.